So Brakata Yahawa, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahawa, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahawa, Brakata Yahweh. First and foremost, want to give our praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule with a great millstone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akiums in the folk and the earth to push in the gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom. Right? I want to touch on this article, to feed the church of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? This article came out on the 17th of December 2017. Right? It claiming that Pentagon admit running secret multi-million-dollar UFO investigation for 5 years. Right? And the UFO, it mean unidentified object, which is the chariots of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And you devils, starting with your elite banking family, you know that these chariots is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai chariots with the angel flying, right? So you demonize it and you call it alien, you call it UFOs, which you know exactly what it is, and you're preparing to fight Yahweh Shai when he return with his holy angel, right? So the Most High set up the man, the Lord, beside with our beloved apostle, GMS and the elders and the brothers who scatter forth and the word is sincere and truth. Brothers who preaching the word and sincerity and truth. We know that the UFOs, right, is the chariot of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? And the scriptures speak about the chariots too, right? So we know you're a bunch of devils, right? He said the program has acknowledged that it ran a multi-million-dollar UFO investigation for 5 years. He said the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program tasked with the investigation citing the unidentified flying object. That's why they call it UFO, but we call it identifying flying object. IFO we call it because we know there's the chariot of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and those same chariots can deliver the elect of the nation of Israel out of this destruction, right? It's identifying flying object was launched in 2007 and was reportedly closed in 2012. There's a lie, right? You demons got your satellite station out there looking and seeing all these chariots flying around. You ever preparing to fight Yahweh Shai, right? Second Ezra chapter 13, right? There's the war in heaven, Revelation 12, the war in heaven, right? You devils preparing to fight Yahweh Shai and his holy angels. So you devil know that these what you call the UFOs, the chariots of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? It said the New York Times report that the secret program had 22 million in funding, which was secretly tucked away in the U.S. Defense Department budget, worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Right? Its initial funding came largely at the request of former Senate Democrat leader Harry Reid, a retired Nevada Democrat long known for his enthusiasm for space phenomena. Right? So you see in these chariots, these chariots of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the angels of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai do fly these chariots. Right, and we can get it in the scriptures to prove it too. Right, he said, Reed told the publication, "I am not embarrassed or ashamed or sorry. I got things going. I have done something that no one had done before." Alongside a link to the Times story on Twitter, he wrote, "The truth is out there. Seriously, yeah, these are the chariots of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. The angels do fly in those chariots." He said while its funding ended in 2012, and these devil lie. These devil preparing to fight the Lord Yahweh Shai when he returned, right? And they know he returned with his chariots and the holy angels, right? He said the program is set to remain in existence, and officials continue to investigate the UFO episode brought to their attention by service member. The Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program ended in 2012, right? Time frame. Pentagon spokeswoman Laura Okash coach said in an email retreat, right? So it was determined that there were other higher priority issue than more more rated funding. He said, and it was in the best interest of the DOD to make a change, she said. But the Pentagon was less clear about whether the UFO program continued to hover somewhere in the vast universe of the U.S. defense establishment. Right? Um, he said the DOD takes seriously all threats and potential threats to our people. Yeah, you devil preparing to fight the Lord because you devil know your kingdom up. So you devil gonna go to the fight because the most I can put in you devil to fight, right? He said the DOD takes seriously all the threats and potential threats to our people. Our access and our mission is to take action whether credible information is developed, or OCHA said. Anyway, right? You devils know that these chariots, the chariots of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So you call it unidentified flying objects, right? And we get to the scriptures, right? This is Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof a color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. So you say a cloud, right? You say a cloud came out, right? So Psalms 104, we can show the clouds is his chariots, right? And you devils know this. That's why it's a secret. That's why you're hiding it, right? Because you don't want the people to know, right? But the man, the Lord, we can prophesy, right? We can speak the truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? This is Psalms 104 verse 3. Who laid the beams of his chamber in the water? Who maketh the clouds his chariot? The clouds his chariots. These are the chariots of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Who walketh upon the wings of the wind? Right? So back in Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud. There's a chariot, right? And a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of fire. Verse 5. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. So these angels was flying these chariots, right? It say, and they had likeness of a man, right? The angels them is look like men, right? And they are so-called Negroes, right? And we can prove that too, right? This Judges 13. We can show you when the angel appeared to Samson's mother, right? This Judges, right? You devils time up, you devil at your run, you lie till your lies catch up with you now. So you devils time up, right? This is Judges. Let's get this quick. Judges 13. Right, this is Judges chapter 13. I'll start from verse 5, right? It said, For lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite unto the Most High from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hands of the Philistine. Then the woman came and told her husband, saying, A man of the Most High came unto me, and his countenance was like the countenance of an angel of the Most High, very terrible. But I asked him not whence he was, neither told me his name. Yeah, so the angels look like men, right? Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 5. He said, also out of the midst there came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings. Right? Verse 7, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of the calf foot, so that boots. Right? And they sparkle, like the color of burnished brass. So they were dark skinned. Right? I read this again. But Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 7, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf foot. Right? So they had on boots. Right? And they sparkle like the color of burnished brass. What's brass? Brass is a brownish color. Right? It's a different shade of brown. Right? He said, and they had hands of a man under their wings, and their 4 side, and their 4 had their face and their wings. Verse 9, and their wings were joined one to another, and they turned not when they went. They went every one straight forward. Verse 10, and he said, as for the likeness of their face, they 4 had face of a man, and the face of a lion. The face of a lion represents a warrior. Right? On the right side, and they 4 had face of an ox. Right? Ox means some strong strength. Right? The oxen, right, means strength. On the left side, they 4 also had face of an eagle. Eagle is something that the bird that fly high and swift. You know how high the chariots fly, how swift the chariot is. You know, they could go on any side, up, down side, they go on any side. That's how swift the chariot them hit. That's how swift the chariot them is fly. And it's fly high too. Right? He say, yeah, so they show that this is chariots, right? Let me get next let me read a couple more for us. Verse 11. Thus were their face and their wings were stretched upward. 2 wings of every one were joined one to another, and 2 covered their bodies. And they went every one straight forward, whether the spirit was to go. They went, and they turned not when they went. So the chariot just fly. Right? The spirit in there was what the angels. But you devil is called aliens. Right? You devils gonna be destroyed. Right? Your lies. You're gonna be destroyed with your lies. Right? There's another outcome. This is Daniel chapter 7. This when Yahweh came in the heavens, the Father, and the Father, and the Father give you our powers in the heavens and in the earth and beneath the earth. And Yahweh came with the clouds too. He came with a chariot. Right? This is Daniel chapter 7. Right? Start from verse 7. Daniel chapter 7 verse 9. And I beheld the throne, and I beheld till the throne were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. Ancient of Days is Yahweh, right? Who what we call God, right? There's no beginning, no ending with the Most High, right? That's why one of the Most High title also is Ancient of Days, right? And I beheld till the throne were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. So the Most High is a so-called black man, woolly hair, and his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheel as burning fire. So the Most High guy is the Most High in his chariot, right? This is the Most High chariot, right? Jump down to verse 13. He said, I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with a cloud of heaven. So Yahweh Shai, the Son of Man, he came with a cloud, he came with his chariot, right? And came to the Ancient of Days, he came to his father Yahweh, And they brought him near before him, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nation, language should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall be not destroyed. Right? So Yahweh Shai came with the chariot too. So this should prove that this chariot is the chariot with the seeing, is the chariot of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, who the one going to call UFO. Right? The angels, the chariots, right? And when Yahweh Shai return, who the world going to call Jesus, he will come in his chariots too. With his angel, he can come in his chariots too, because there's gonna be the war in heaven. When Yahweh Shai come to take down this devil and all these other nations, destroy the military, they can come with these chariots. These chariots can make a grand entrance. Right? So these so-called UFOs, the chariots of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, with the angels be flying in. Right? So let me just get one more and close out this lesson. This is Isaiah 66. Isaiah 66 and 15. He said, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots, like a whirlwind, to rend his anger with fury, and rebukes with flame of fire." Right? So the Lord gonna come with his chariots. Right? The so-called UFO. The Lord gonna come with his chariots. Right? "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." Right? So the chariots mentioned in the Bible, many scriptures in the Bible mention about the chariots, right? Which the devil is so-called white man called UFO, right? Which you elites know that this is the chariot of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And with that, hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule a great millstone. And a blessed sanitation to the Akyams in the folk and the earth to push in the gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom.